Hey everyone, Zach Soche from GSAP here. GSAP 3.1 has landed with some exciting new features and various bug fixes. We highly recommend updating at your earliest convenience. Here are a few highlights. If you apply a stagger to the fading in of some images, it would look something like this, with each image appearing in sequence. But what if we want the images to fade in a random order? Previously we couldn't use GSAP's built-in staggers, but now we can by using the new random keyword in the from property. So here, if I uncomment from random and I run it again, then you can see that the images will fade in a random order and a different one each time. For more information about GSAP staggers, check out the Advanced Staggers pin. Another new feature is GSAP's Shuffle utility method. With it, you can shuffle any array in place. For example, if we start out with the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we click the Shuffle Array button in this case, it'll shuffle it in a random order, and we can keep doing that. Here we have a tween that animates a box randomly to the left or to the right and changes the background color randomly relative to the current background color. Notice that without repeatRefresh being set to true, it uses the same values each repeat. If I run it again, you can see that it uses different values, but the same ones every time. Now look what happens if I put repeatRefresh true and run it. Now you can see that with repeatRefresh true, when the tween repeats, it uses the end values as the next animation's start values and also chooses a new dynamic values to use. This can be really handy when you want your animations to be more dynamic. Here we have the same animation, but with it being attached to a timeline instead. As of GSAP 3.1, you can now apply repeatRefresh to the timeline and it will cause every tween inside that timeline to refresh its values once the timeline repeats. This makes it much easier to have dynamic tweens within timelines. So here I can uncomment repeatRefresh true on the timeline and you can see that it refreshes the tween's values each repeat. Here we have basically the same animation but with yo-yo true also, which animates the box back to its original value. In GSAP 3.1, when repeatRefresh is paired with yo-yo true, it will wait to refresh the values until after the reverse, meaning the second half of the yo-yo animation, is complete before refreshing. GSAP 3.1 also makes it easy to animate specific values of properties like radius, width, margin, and padding to where you can animate each one of them separately using the same shorthand. To learn more about using GSAP, check out greensock.com/learning. If you're having trouble with your project, you can post in our forums at greensock.com/forums.